Welcome to CAB Radio 2.0. Here are your hosts, Chris Perkins, Mark Cummins, and Jeff Giles.
Very important stuff. We have to hold them accountable at Monsanto, because there are potentially hundreds of thousands of kids in this country who have diseases as a result from Monsanto and their dioxin poisoning. And so that's they have been discussing it a little, just a few journalists. I remember Abby Martin brought it up for a moment. I'm not a big fan of Abby Martin anymore. That's right. Yeah. So, I'm not a fan of Abby Martin anymore. She blocked me off her Facebook. I just learned of that.
Blocked you? You're not a fan?
You blocked me.
Or
you blocked me.
You probably said something that was worth it.
Oh yeah, I said it was totally worth it. It was on it was when she blocked Josie Wales, and Josie Wales mentioned it on her Facebook, and I came on and said, Mike, I just claimed what my concerns were. I just typed a couple paragraphs, and I'm assuming Abby read it, because I never posted anything on her wall or commented on Abby's thread. So she clearly read that, and that's unfortunate. I used to admire her, whatever.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's kind. I think it's kind of reckless to burn bridges with other activists. It's real reckless.
What about you, Julie? Do you do a lot of blocking or?
A lot of what?
Blocking.
Do I do what?
Do you block people?
Blocking?
Yeah.
I rarely ever do on my public Facebook page. I have before, but it's actually people posting nude shots and stuff that kind of crosses the line. But I don't block people that disagree with anything, because I think debate's a good thing. I have a lot of different diverse people on my page, which is nice to have actually debates. I have conservative people, stereotypical mainstream conservatives, and I have libertarians, and I have the anarchists, and which is cool.
Right.
I like that. So I haven't gone into the libertarian brutalism page. Have you been there lately?
I was there for a little while because I was told that they kept posting pictures of me and making fun of me or whatever. So I went to the group and I just started commenting on it. I mean, I can laugh at myself and take a joke, so it was good. I left. I got a little while ago. It was taking up too much of my time. People were dragging me into debates and stuff, and that was just, I couldn't get anything done at work because I'm debating these people in the group. And then they posted animal abuse photos, and that's when I was nope, I'm out. I can't do that. I love animals, so I could take a joke, but no, not with the animals.
I hear you. My girlfriend left the group for me on my behalf. So yeah,
what?
She went into my Facebook and quit the group and left the group. Apparently, I spent too much time.
What?
Yeah, no, it was really a time sucker, especially when people would tag you and try to debate you, and if you would just try to leave the debate, they'd be like, "Why aren't you debating me? You're scared." And be like, "Man, I'm just trying to get stuff done." But yeah, some of the stuff was funny though.
Wow.
I have a very politically correct sense of humor.
No, you're right. I mean, they did cross the line. Sometimes I just did not want to see some of those memes. You can't unsee some of that stuff. Yeah, and you're right though. It's wow, some real serious trolls there, and they're persistent. They're ruthless. They won't let you go.
Yeah. I need to go back to work.
They will not shut up. And then if they have the last word, it's they and their friends think they won or something.
No. Because I have to have the last word.
Right. It's not going to happen there.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's not. Wow, the internet is a crazy place. it's like a gathering for all the crazy people, and they all go to one place. It's a congregation, so they all get together, and so it keeps them like isolated.
I guess.
I don't know. So, I don't know. It was kind of fun, kind of crazy though. 2-time.
Do you miss it, Jeff?
No, I do not at all.
Oh, okay.
I don't miss
you sound like you're missing it.
I don't. I'm just reminiscing about the crazy 24 hours that I spent in there one time. I didn't, like she said, I didn't even know I was gone from the group until she just told me now. That would be why my news feed is a lot cleaner. I get it now. Okay. So we had Lee Camp on a few weeks back, and I forgot to bring this up earlier, and I know this is changing the subject, but he thinks that the whole, there's no conspiracy other than, they're getting behind and making financial profit plans. So he thinks it's all 100% profit motive, like it's all 100% profit. They just want to make a buck. They don't want to kill off the people, the population. They don't find the population threatening to them, I guess, and it's all just profit-based. And I was trying to convince him, I tried my hardest, that, maybe there's a possibility that they do want to lower the population, reduce the population. Maybe perhaps profit is the main motive, but, lowering the population, maybe that's just a perk. Maybe that's just an advantage, so I don't know. I wasn't able to convince him. I failed miserably and whatever.
You did.
I did, didn't I? You heard it, Chris.
I definitely heard it. That was
right. It was a morning interview. That's right. Mark was not a part of it.
Right.
Did we air that yet? We didn't even air that interview, did we?
No, I haven't.
No, so that hasn't even the only people who've heard it are me, Chris, and Lee Camp. It hasn't even been aired yet. How about that? When are you going to put that on, dude?
You.
Ever? Are you ever going to put it on?
Of course I am.
Okay. All right.
Been busy, man. Been busy.
Because, the first time we had Lee Camp on, it was like a 15-minute long interview. And we'll ask him this awesome question, and we're expecting a detailed answer from Lee.
Yeah, and it was just like a really short answer.
He'll just be like, yes or no. He'll just be like, yes. And then there will be like this like awkward silence for like 5 seconds, and then we're like, okay. So, and I'm thinking to myself like, I really wish he would elaborate. Okay, on to the next question. And it just stayed awkward like that. It was so weird.
And then the next interview was it was more like me and Lee were interviewing Jeff.
Oh, well, dude, what do you expect? Lee didn't say anything last time. I anticipated silence on his behalf.
Well, he was trying to. I will quote the text message I got from Mr. Camp. It was, sometimes, after I said something, he's like, sometimes it's best to let the guest talk.
Well, you do know, like, I had a concern that Lee was kind of like a socialist.
Well,
so,
yeah, but no. Your thing is you went off on your little story, and that you could have just emailed him that story, but you wanted to talk about it again on the show.
I wanted to gauge his response.
Was it about cats?
No, it was not about cats, Mark.
Okay.
The dick. No, it was not about cats. It was about
don't ask him what it's about. I don't want to get into it again.
No, you don't want to get into it.
Well, yeah, anyway.
I can't remember what it was about. I think I talked about sound bioacoustics. So, yeah, apparently, Julie, there's this technology that can, using sound, shut up, Chris, that can heal anybody of anything. And I would not be alive today without that technology. So in that area, I am not optimistic. I'm with you. I do not get out there, and if it were to get out there, it would revolutionize everything. It would replace the medical industry, pharmaceutical, insurance. Everything would change overnight. It would put all those companies out of business, and they're not going to let that happen. There's too much riding on. Our whole economy is based off of health. Nearly the whole economy. I mean, it's the majority that's based off of Medicaid and Medicare, now Obamacare. I mean, we're all being forced to have insurance at one point, I believe. They're still doing that, or has that come into effect? Because I don't have health insurance right now.
The individual mandate? Yeah, it's in effect. You're going to get fined.
Yes! I'm going to get fined! I'm thrilled. Wonderful. Oh, this is just great.
Whatever.
You're a criminal.
I'm a criminal. I am a criminal.
Yeah, you're a criminal.
I've always been a criminal.
We're all 14th Amendment slaves.
Ridiculous.
That's right. Yeah, so Chris is really hardcore on the 14th Amendment, the Red Amendment from, I still don't 100% understand it, or believe that it's relevant, but I have yet to read the work out there from the person who I would say who coined the whole Red Amendment, the 14th Amendment.
Well, it's just the Red Amendment is just a book. It's just
okay. Well, I mean,
blueprint.
So do you want to sum it up, Chris, real fast? I've had this explained to me like half a dozen times, and I still don't get it. So, I mean, Andrew came on and tried telling me.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've done a couple shows on it. We've actually had LB Bork on, and then of course we've done the one with
He's a ray of sunshine, by the way. We should have him on again. He's just like a cheery out, like a real pleasant guy.
I would like to talk to him again.
Yeah, I would like to have him. He's a nice guy.
Well, yeah, me and Mark are actually... Mark is on board with me with this whole thing anyway. Getting our common law IDs and
yes.
Becoming
common law IDs.
Nationalists of our state. National of our state. Our state national.
Okay.
That's something I've been looking into for a long time.
To sum it up, to go along with what you want to do, I would have to denounce my citizenship, get rid of my Social Security number, and what about my state driver's license? Do I keep that?
You get rid of that. You get your common law ID. You get pulled over. You
end up going to court and
you show. Well, no. Well, I mean, no.
Yeah.
You just tell them you're traveling, and you what is it? What else did you ask? You asked something else. Driver's license. What else did you ask?
Driver's license. So yeah, like if I get pulled over, the cop's going to be like, I need your driver's license, your registration, your insurance. If you tell him I don't need to do that because I'm a sovereign citizen of my state, and he's going to do that.
No, I want to say sovereign citizen.
Okay,
sovereign citizen.
Don't say
right.
That's not a good thing. Okay, I won't say that.
I got a link.
I'm sorry, that's a pet peeve. It's a real pet peeve of mine.
Okay. I am sovereign, though, man. I'm a king, sovereign. Yes. Whatever. Okay, so
but
I don't have to pay taxes. When the IRS sends a squad of people to my front door, I could just tell them, "Hey,
they're not going to because you're not under. You're not under that anymore. You're
not a citizen anymore.
Right. You revoke your citizenship.
Okay, well, my concern with that is you're not going to be able to get a Social Security number. You're not going to be able to get a bank account. You're not going to be.
You don't need a Social Security number. Well, I don't. I don't want to put my money in a bank.
Right. Okay. Well, how do I get an AdSense account? How do I create a website and start my own business without all that? When all these
we have a common law ID.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean, hey, I'm still learning. I'm in the process of it. It's a learning experience. I'm still studying all this stuff right now. I'm new to it, so I mean, I still have questions, just like you do. I mean, I've had a few questions answered recently, but I mean,
yeah, but
I'm
his
just
book,
getting
the 14th Amendment book, the Red Amendment book is $45. I don't know if I just don't feel like dishing out $45 for a book right now. So it's going to be some time before I won't ask any more questions until I read it.
Well, yeah, I was looking into this before I ever knew about the Red Amendment or L.B. Bork. There is other, and for what I hear, for everybody I've talked to, the Red Amendment is the best guideline, is the best blueprint to, to learn how to do it. But there is other avenues you can choose to learn how to do it.
All right. Well, Julie, you are one of my favorite people online. I love how you're doing it with the comedy and everything. Your videos are always entertaining.
Good. Thank you for saying that.
You're very welcome. I'm not kidding. They always were. They always were entertaining.
Better not be.
No.
Thank you. That's very nice of you to say.
And I know you will not let us down. They will always be entertaining, and I know this.
I'll try not to.
So every week, I mean, you put out a lot of videos. Like, wow, it's inspiring. I mean, I noticed that you're using the green screen now. So, do you have help with the video editing, or are you doing all that yourself?
I have 2 different channels that I post videos on. I have my channel, my personal channel. That's all me. I just make videos at home in my dining room. I do all the editing there. I've started to make videos for FreedomWorks recently. They have a green room there, so I write everything, and of course I'm in the videos. I have somebody else who edits them for me because I'm pretty basic on the editing, so he can do some cool effects. So yeah, I don't edit those, but those are a little bit more, I guess, kind of high tech compared to just my own personal ones.
Okay. Do you know what program he uses? Did you use After Effects by any chance? Adobe After Effects?
I think he might use iMovie.
Wow, okay.
He has a Mac.
Oh yeah.
I just use Adobe Premiere Elements, pretty basic program myself.
Okay. That's a good program actually, yeah. All of Adobe's software I like. And they really
does what I need.
Yeah, I mean, wow. So my favorite program is definitely After Effects. I probably spent like 500 hours trying to learn all that crap, and I haven't made a video in so long. It's been like at least 6 months, but I want to get back into it. I have a green screen set up in the basement. It's not 100% ready yet, but I'm hoping I feel motivated to get back to it sometime in the next month or 2. I would like to do it right away, because that's a lot of fun. It's not so much fun making the video. Actually, I hate making videos. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. It really sucks.
What?
I don't know what I'm talking about, Mark. I feel good about doing it because I feel like I'm doing something good, But while it just sucks to do it. Like actually filming sucks and doing all that.
I think a lot of people don't know what it actually takes to make videos. Like how much work you do for those videos. A lot of people, if I don't post a video for a week, they're like, get to it, make some more videos for us.
Wow.
But no, I do like making videos. I especially like see people's reactions to my videos. That's like really cool.
So one of the main things that I like about your video, you're taking views that people they're already somewhat familiar with, and you're pushing their limits. You're pushing people's limits, and I like that. Like on issues that most people are, for the most part, like anything that's in the mainstream at the moment, you're taking the common person and you're pushing them to their limits. You're helping them to wake up. And I say it's very important because you are actually waking up a lot of people. You're helping them to wake up, and it is so important. And people, like I saw, like in the libertarian brutalists, it's like they're very competitive. Like who is the best one out there and everything. And my point I was making was, we're never going to make it to the promised land without each one of these people. Each one of these people play a huge part, and we're all in this together. So,
that's what I think too.
Exactly.
I think it's cool to have the more hardcore people in there than you have people like me. I consider myself to be introducing people to libertarian ideas. That's kind of what I do. But if you want to be a hardcore anarchist on YouTube, like I'm not opposed to you. We can get along, you know.
It's a
work
process.
into something.
It sometimes takes years for a person to wake up, and they have to hear, they have to hear it from every level. And yeah, like you said, getting people familiar with it is so important. And I think a lot of people take it for granted, and the whole competitive nature of people, it gets in the way. Really does. I mean, I don't know what it is. It's like human nature to want to be extremely competitive. And it's like a hierarchy. Yeah. It's like, I'm the king of the hill. I am the king libertarian person. Like,
whatever.
A lot of anarchists, I think they want society to fall so they can, like, come out from their bunker, and after hundreds of millions of people are dead, they can come out of their bunker and be like, I am the king. I am, like, going to, be president anarchist in my area, vicinity, and will listen to me. It's seriously. Come on, dude. You know it's true. It's like a lot of people, like, they want to hide from all the chaos and then come out from their bunker when it's all finished and done with, and they want to come out triumphant and, start their own society and make their own flag and be like, this is my land. You will abide by my laws. And it's only, forget it. It's like non-aggression principle will no longer apply. If a community gathers together and they vote for aggression, it's going to be a community based on aggression. And they're going to lynch everybody who doesn't agree with them. That's why I want there to be like
I don't know that that's what most anarchists want. I would think just the opposite.
Maybe not most. Okay, maybe not most, but some I think do. Okay, there's like a fantasy. It's a fantasy, dude. They're going to be king of their own little world, and come on, I mean, it's human nature to want that, the king of the hill type thing, dude. And that's why I think a limited republic, a real republic, is so important. Like of laws that work for the people. And
that's what we were. That's what me and Chris were talking about.
Before the 1860s, before that all got changed around. Yeah, the 14th Amendment. That's what all comes back to, the 14th Amendment.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's when it all changed.
The 14th Amendment is what destroyed everything.
Yeah, and we use the Bill of Rights now, but up until 1925, we used the Declaration of Rights, and it was 1860 something when the 14th Amendment was put in place. That was supposedly to free the slaves, but technically, if you actually get into it and you read it and you understand it, it changed from the people to citizens, which means slaves. So if you actually get into it and start reading it, and you're able to actually know what they're saying. I mean, how many people have actually gone through the 14th Amendment and read it?
Chris, maybe 1 out of 10,000 people have. And that's my point. That's my point, Chris. 99.99% of the people never heard anything about what you're talking about. So if the government were to actually implement this, this tyranny that's hidden inside the 14th Amendment, how successful can they possibly be? Most of the lawmakers don't even know about it. So I don't know. I'm not completely sold that it's like the number one priority.
No, it's just the way they word things. It's like we had the people of the states as opposed to U.S. citizens. Like the people of the states use the Declaration of Rights that was found in their state constitution. And, now everything, of course, D.C. it's foreign corporate entity. That's why it's separate from, all our state, all the states. It's not a state, it's separate from it, and it's like that for a reason.
So Julie, how long do you think it will be before cannabis is legal everywhere? Like for recreational purposes?
Everywhere?
Yeah.
I think probably in most places it will be legal in 20 years.
Nice.
I don't know about, the Deep South when they're going to legalize it, Alabama, Mississippi.
Nice.
Might take a little while. Those will be at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you approach it from a, tax and spend issue, a lot of people are more open to it. That's what I've tried to do with conservatives. Not just saying, marijuana is not that bad, so let's legalize it. Because they're like, they won't respond to that message. But if you approach it from, we're spending all this money, this is your tax money going to the war on drugs, I think they're more willing to listen.
Okay, fair enough. True. It's very true. It's a very, good point. Because they hear legalized and pot, and they're just like, oh, hippy dippy, everyone's whatever.
Yeah.
They're very skeptical at that point. They shut off. So, okay, I can't remember the other question I was going to ask. It just came up too, but I don't know. Chris, Mark, help me out here.
You're help you out here. You want me to remember what you were going to say?
Please remember what I was going to say. It just came up too. It was a good question. It was.
Apparently not good enough.
I don't know.
Damn good question.
Talking about weed being legal.
Yes, indeed. Well, that's an important thing. I mean, what do you
legal
think
in my kitchen?
Right. So, are you optimistic about our Second Amendment, or do you think the government's eventually going to get away with their tyranny as far as or First Amendment even, because they seem to be knocking on the First Amendment too.
Let me think about this. With the Second Amendment, of course, there are a lot of, especially Democrats, who want to take away our right to own guns, especially with the whole mass shootings that are happening. But I think there's a lot of special interest groups who are pro-guns. They have all this money, and, for better or for worse, they do control a lot of the politicians. I usually don't like that, but it's for a good cause, I believe. So like the NRA, I mean, they're extremely powerful, so I don't see it happening anytime soon. Like, I know right after Sandy Hook, I was really worried about it. Obviously, that was a terrible thing. But, I mean, there was a bunch of bills in the Senate about gun background checks and stuff that didn't get passed. Because a lot of it had to do with the NRA. A lot of libertarians, don't like the NRA. They think they're kind of squishy, but they're extremely powerful. So I think they kind of help to stop that. So, I think it is kind of, we can say, they're going to take away the guns, but if you look at the bills, they're not even moving in Congress.
True.
So, I hope they don't.
That's true. So, speaking of these, Sandy Hook, what about the Boston bombing? When that happened, were you concerned about how that whole martial law thing happened shortly after in Boston? I mean, did you see some of the video footage?
Yeah, it was very creepy. I think I put out a video a couple of days after that about it, about civil liberties and the problem there, because I think a lot of people were welcoming this kind of surveillance, the police going from door to door because they thought they felt safe because of the police there. Because I know a lot of people in Boston don't own guns, especially in the liberal suburbs. So it's kind of a wake-up call, be able to protect yourself in case, it hits the fan.
See, I and a few other people suspect that was the whole purpose of that, to kind of like as a test to see if they can get away with, martial law in a major city.
Trial run. Yeah.
I don't know if it was a test, but they passed.
It passed with flying colors. You're not kidding about that. It was kind of scary seeing those videos. Like, wow. I still can't believe that happened. Like, if I think back, I mean, tanks in the streets with, like...
But
wow.
On one hand, I'm kind of playing devil's advocate here. If they didn't do that, I think people might be mad, too. I think a lot of it has to do with the demand of the people, of the police. You know, if they didn't do anything and the terrorists killed a couple more people in the suburbs, or if he was hiding in somebody's house, people will say, why weren't the police there? They should have been there. So I think a lot of it has to do with also just changing people's attitudes towards the government and saying, you know, don't trust the government to protect you.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, people are demanding everything. It's like it's almost entrapment, right? Yeah. They're getting us to the point where we demand it, you know. How about that? No, does seem to be incremental, all these abuses. Like slow and incremental, and as of lately, they seem to be stepping it up. So, who knows what's going to happen next? I don't know. Every week it's something new. I don't even want to think about it, to be honest.
It's me, the police brutality. That bothers me so bad.
Oh, I hear you.
Kelly Thomas, that's been 3 years. That was like 3 years this week. You know, and all these cops that they just get away with murder.
Oh,
and that's becoming normal.
It's like and they're hiring all these cops with such low IQs. It's like they almost want them to do it.
No, yeah, we've talked about that. So, yeah, absolutely.
If you score too high, they won't give you that job. They'll put you, higher up or whatever. They're not if you take your test or whatever you have to do to get into law enforcement. If you score too high on it, they'll give you like a desk job somewhere. But yeah,
right.
That's interesting.
Yep.
How about that? Wow. So Jolie, police brutality. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think it's bad.
Right.
Of course. I know you guys are big dog fans, but I'm concerned about all the dog killings by
no, you guys. I hope you
guys are in support of that.
I love dogs.
It hurts me to see that too, I kid or whatever, but I don't want to see that happen. I don't want to see that. No, that's just really messed up. Oh yeah, with the dogs.
Yeah.
Oh. Every time I see that, and Mark, I mean, you don't even watch any videos anymore because it really is so sad.
I've kind of gave up on it because I was getting right into it.
Yeah.
It's just happening so much.
Fired up and yeah.
Right.
It's normal.
Right, and just
normal.
Right, just become the norm.
Now, is it becoming more common? I mean, is it just because? Could it be just because everyone has a cell phone?
Everyone has a phone. They can just pull it out and record it. I mean,
right. That's what I'm thinking. It could be.
No, I think it's getting ramped up. I know it is. It's even statistically.
Yeah, you're
right.
Oh, yeah.
No,
you're right. It's got to be going up.
People just see it more now, so it's starting to bother them more. Other than maybe you see statistics or whatever. Maybe it doesn't hit people as hard as they get on YouTube and see it actually happening. Because I mean, I know Mark gets all worked up. I definitely get all worked up when I see it. So,
every day on the news feeds. Oh yeah, it's hard not to. I mean, anymore I don't want
the latest one I saw on Facebook was the flash grenade that they throw on a baby.
Oh yeah.
I guess it had happened a while ago, but I just learned of it recently. Just just
disgusting. And I try to avoid it because it really does. If I see it, it will just make me angry, and I don't want to get angry. I don't, because why? If I do that, I'm going to get angry every day. It's ridiculous. I'm tired of it. I don't want to. So I'm there with you, Mark.
I get angry anyway.
Yeah. I mean,
that's true.
Especially when an animal gets shot. That's just, and if they have a video of it happening, oh my God, dude, I can't tolerate it. I just flip out, and I'm just.
And that's the problem is everybody talks about filming cops, and that's what we need to do. Well, why? It doesn't matter. You're getting them all on film, and nothing's happening. They're not getting charged. They're not. They're keeping their jobs. They're getting paid vacations. It's ridiculous.
Well, the ones that
see, I don't even want to talk about it.
I don't know.
Mark's getting worked up.
I hear what you're saying, Mark, but like we don't have a choice but to film them because that's the best chance we have is to film it and expose it on social media, and then you get everyone calling into the station, and then they feel pressure to do something about it, even though
of course, filming cops is important. Don't get me wrong. It's frustrating that nothing happens.
Especially to protect yourself.
That's right.
Yeah, you got to protect yourself. I can't afford to troll cops. If I get pulled over, I'm a huge kiss up. I tell them what they want to hear. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bet you do.
They're like, do you know what you did? Yes, sir. I was speeding, sir. You have a good day, sir. Give me my ticket, sir. Oh, thank you for limiting my ticket and giving me a $50 ticket instead of a $200 ticket. Thank you, sir. You made my day, sir.
Where I'm at, I'm more like, am I being detained? What did I do? Am I being detained? Can I go now?
I believe you. I would like to get to that state, where I can do that. Get to that point of life.
Well, you see, even if you're not getting pulled over, if you're driving and you see a cop, you have this little feeling in you, you know what I mean? You're just like,
right.
Oh, you know what I mean? There's that little feeling inside. I saw a cop the other day. That, it seems normal. You shouldn't. You shouldn't have to feel like that when you see a cop. I mean,
right.
But you're just, what's going to happen? Is this guy am I going to get pulled over? Am I going to get, who knows? I mean, I got pulled over for a cracked windshield, and I had 4 cop cars.
Of course.
4 cop cars deal with me because of a cracked windshield and a little air freshener up in the rearview mirror.
Well, dude, I mean, I grew up in New Jersey. I got, pulled over so many times growing up, teenage life, and I probably got fined $5,000 at least. So many tickets, so I'm all tapped out, dude.
Well,
I'm tapped out. Yeah, I can't. I would love to.
And you just nailed it. It's revenue.
Yeah, it is. It's the road part. It's theft. If I wanted to be honest with the cops, I'd be like, do you know why I pulled you over? And I was like, because you're a thief and this is a heist. Because extortion, blackmail. I don't know. I was going the speed limit, but
Julie, how's your record? Do you have a criminal record? Oh.
Julie, do you have a criminal record? How are you?
Do you have a criminal record?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I've never even gotten a ticket.
Wow.
I was going to ask you that. Never even a speeding ticket.
Good for you.
Nope, nothing.
Lucky as anything. Yeah, well, I know that I don't know what that's about. You grew up in D.C. I don't know how the cops are in D.C. compared to South Jersey. I hear the cops are jerks in D.C. too, but I mean, girls always get away with a lot more as far as when it comes to driving.
I mean, that might be part of it, but I don't know. I guess I'm kind of like you. I've gotten pulled over a couple of times. Probably my fault. I kind of pull it out in front of people sometimes. Big deal. But I think they're more willing to work with you if you're not a jerk.
Right.
Like I've seen some of the videos on YouTube where people will just roll their window down an inch and like they refuse to roll it down anymore and they won't talk to the cop and stuff. And I believe that you're probably more likely to get a ticket if you do that because you're not really cooperating with them. I don't want a ticket, so I'm just polite and right.
Exactly.
Just send me on my way. I'd rather do that. Maybe I'm a sellout or whatever, but I haven't gotten a ticket. So.
It's not that. You're not the cops' parents. It's not your responsibility to give the cops a lesson about the Constitution. They're just going to think you're a smartass, either beat you up or give you a ticket.
Yeah, I know cops deal with a lot of stuff. They get a lot of attitudes. They get cussed out, all the time. So if you're actually a decent person, I think they're like kind of relieved, and they might just kind of give you a favor, which that sounds terrible to say a favor, but they just kind of let you go on your way. I mean, I just kind of want to I just don't want to deal with it, to be honest. I don't want to, cause a scene and then have to go to jail and all that kind of stuff just to get a video on YouTube. Look at me, look at me. Nah.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I mean, because then a lot of people, they have good intentions, but they end up looking like they're antagonizing the cops intentionally, which isn't hard to do because, I mean, let's face it, most cops, or at least a good portion of cops, are sociopaths. I mean, they took their job because they want that dominant superiority position, and they want to feel like, they have control over everybody. And so, like, if they get a smart-ass teenager, talking back to them, they're gonna I don't know, they're gonna think that kid has no parents or no discipline at home, and they're gonna play the part of the parent and try to discipline the kid themselves.
Depends on why you're getting pulled over, though. Depends on why you're getting pulled over. You didn't do anything wrong, and you're getting, you know that you're getting harassed. Because, I mean, I've been pulled over for stupid things.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you're doing something, that you shouldn't be doing, like going 100 miles an hour in a 35, well, okay.
Right.
But, I mean,
I probably did that once.
I don't know. I have a different opinion on it, but that's just
actually, ironically, the one time I did go I think it was like 75 miles per hour in a 25 mile per hour zone. They did let me go because I was upset and I was lost and I was younger and I was like, and I somehow drove 2 states in the wrong direction. I'm just. I know. Oh man, and
that's crazy.
Yeah,
where I'm from, we have a bunch of speed traps up now, the whole town. So there's not a lot of cops around in my hometown. They just have speed traps. Yeah. And the thing is, everybody knows where the speed traps are in town.
Right.
So what they do is they drive normally, and then they brake down to 25 to go past the speed trap, and then they speed up to, 40 miles an hour. And that's even more dangerous because people are stopping, might rear end somebody, and then they speed up. It's so inconsistent. They're just for revenue. And I've had some police officers even admit that to me. It's just a revenue collector.
Right.
Good call. All right. Well,
exactly what it is.
Yeah. So we're running out of time here, but Julie, thanks for being a sport. You have been a sport tonight.
Sure.
100%. 100%.
Truly.
100%. We had a lot of fun. That was fun.
All right. Thank you for having me on.
All right.
We try to make it fun. That's part of the point of the show. We don't want to make it boring.
Nah.
No. For the most part, it wasn't. I'm sure there were some parts that were boring.
Aliens, Bigfoot, trannies.
That's never boring.
All in there, yeah.
That's never boring. That will always be fun. I think it's the 14th Amendment and immigration that's boring. Sorry.
Right, the important stuff.
Right. Yeah, for the most part, unfortunately. All right.
So I'm going to go read some more law, and I'm going to do some more studying because, I'm boring.
And I'm going to drive for 2 hours, so that's going to be fun.
I hope you get pulled over.
Thank you.
Oh, no.
Wow. I hope not
to
to.
The cops.
Oh no, I can't do that right now. I'm not. I hope not.
No, I really don't hope you get pulled over.
I'm only going to go 10 miles over the speed limit.
Anyway, all right, Julie. Well, thank you for coming on. Thanks for being a sport.
Thanks again.
It was a pleasure.
See you
Thank
later.
you, Julie. Thank you, Julie. Have
Bye.
a good one. Take care.
You too.
Thanks.
Bye now.
Wow, excellent.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
What did I get myself into?
Yeah, well, she took that well. She took that.
I think it took a little while for her to warm up to us.
Yes.
I think so. But when she did, I think she was all good.
Yes. Well, I don't know. I mean, whatever. It was kind of risky asking a bunch of crazy questions, but...
Hey, whatever.
But then again, I want to ask something that's never been asked.